Touchback.
Check out. 140. 53. Mike, 53. You must be dreaming.
They run with a former Eagle and Dolphin, RJEEZY215's. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Oh, yeah. And here we go.
Out of the gun, Love. They're connecting here with DJ Shark. 22 yards there, a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
11.
Here's Locke. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, orbit.
Again, Locke. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
On the ready. Mike, 44's Mike. Check. All right. Here we go. Let's go, B. Let's go.
Play action now. Brissett. Ebron caught left side. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 25 yards that time. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. A man who played college football here in the Sunshine State. It's USF's Marlon Mack. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. And tight. Go. Mike 54.
Here's the 2nd year back out of NC State, Naheem Hines. Had some good running out of the gates as he takes this up to the 33. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
First down, Colts.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. Dumps this one off to Mack. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. This is Mack on the counter, looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
To throw, Brissett. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
They'll begin the drive with a Ajayi. They find some open field here. That one good for 33 and a first. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
meh.
That's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable game.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 21-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. This is Ajayi. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Luck's pass, intended for D.D. Westbrook, incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Lambo is good. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Looking deep for Hilton. And this throw will be intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where, in order to make that big move,
Ajayi's going to go. Past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Ajayi. his second touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Brissett from the gun on 3rd. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. They go play action here on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
Here's Mack. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the gun, Brissett. And Pascal's got it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
To throw is Brissett. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Brissett now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Check 24, check 26, he's checking crap.
Now on 2nd and 13. Brissett. It's caught by Funchess. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
54, Mike. Check tight, check tight. Check tight. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but don't let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've got nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that pay-per-view.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Josh Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they look to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Calais Campbell, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They go right back to Mack. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Mack. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 38, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long, he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that.
Play action. It's locked. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down.
Ready? 60 or.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Big grip.
Going with Armstead, a first down carry. Margus Hunt able to take him down. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. The open man is Westbrook. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
Brings up third
Ready?
and 3.
15 line. 15 line. Now. Check.
He may try. And it's a fumble. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll try and run for it. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Here we go.
They run with Ajayi. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. They'll try the air now with Locke. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Love. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Staying on the ground with Mack. And an alley to run. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Point after, right down the middle. And that will get them one closer. Back now in Jacksonville, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this? Check 50, check 50.
Here's Ajayi. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 9.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing is Locke. They set up the screen to Ajayi. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Check out. 190. Check the out, check the out, check the out.
A shotgun snap for Locke. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
50, plant. 58, the money. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Hey, check. Hey, exit.
Now Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
After the sack on 1st down, Luck. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be third and a mile. He's going to let this go deep for Lee. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
A first down throw for Brissett. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 17. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. They run it with Armstead. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Got to figure now after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Ajayi. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He can run, and he lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. It's their quarterback. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. So now here's Luck as his guys will go for 2 here. Luck escapes the sack. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, we try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. First down, Brissett. Flush to his right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Brissett nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Miles Jack able to record his 5th sack of the season. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 29. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
I almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Jacksonville, a final win here means they'll finish off the regular season at a solid 13-3. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Colts, the loss here is their 10th of the season. And it will be a disappointing finish to the regular season, no doubt. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
S-T-R-O. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name. S-T-R-O. I ain't